Hey everyone, so I wanted to make a quick little how-to video for my Follistim pen and how I put it together. I got a new pen and new cartridges and everything for my new cycle, but I had the old stuff, and I remember when I first started everything that I YouTubed a lot how to put it together because I was nervous that I was going to do it wrong, and I figure other people out there might be doing the same thing, so I'm going to just show you guys how I do it. When it comes from the pharmacy, you get a box that contains your Follistim pen, and your medications will come separately in a foil wrapped pouch with ice packs because it has to be kept in the refrigerator. So inside this box there is like a little carrying thing, and inside, ooh, dropped the cartridge, will come the blue pen and then a bunch of these little needles. So obviously before I'm getting ready to get started, I get my Follistim cartridge, which here's an old cartridge. Let me get it close. So it's empty, so you can see the stopper is way close. Out of the refrigerator, I wash my hands really well, and I make sure that I have alcohol swabs. And I just buy these in bulk from like a Sam's Club by my house. And just get all that stuff ready. And then I will get out my actual pen. So this is the device, obviously, that you stick the needle on to give yourself the injection. It's just like a pen. There's a little dosage window here that says IU, which there's a lovely glare today that you can't really read it very well. But I just pull the pen apart, just like this. And so you can see there's an empty place to hold the cartridge. This part, there's one arrow and then a marker to line everything up with. So this just unscrews. So you pull these things apart, you set this part down, and there's just a little plunger on the end here that is the stopper that will push this little gray thing on the cartridge forward and inject your medication. So first thing, set those two parts down, pick up the yellow part, and then go ahead and take your cartridge and drop it in so it'll sit towards the top where the needle will go. And then you take your other piece with the stopper and you just put it down in and just screw it together. And it won't really click, it just kind of stops back again where these two pieces line up. So then that's all ready to go. And then you want to go ahead and take your alcohol swab and swab the top really good, because that is where the needle is going to puncture the stopper, and you want to make sure that's good and clean. And then you'll take a small needle, which I didn't know this, I'm a dummy. 5 needles come with every cartridge in the medication box, and when I got it I didn't actually open that box, and the pharmacy only had 8 of these needles in my package. And I went to my doctor's office and I was like, the pharmacy only sent me 8 needles, you know, and so they gave me extras, but then I opened up my first cartridge box and there were extra needles in there, so duh, but I didn't know that, who knows. So anyways, this is a little needle. And it's so glary, you guys, I'm sorry. There we go. It's just this microfine needle. And then you peel the top off of it, and it exposes the little tiny baby needle inside, which I think you guys can see that there. So all you do is you take the stopper end, and you've already cleaned it. You put these two together, and then you screw it, and it'll stop. And it gets nice and tight. So at this point, I would clean off my belly with another alcohol swab wherever I was going to inject, just to get that all ready and have it dry, because I mean it stings. If alcohol's wet and you give yourself a shot, it stings even more. And I'm a baby, so I want to make sure that stuff is good and dry. So I do that, pick out wherever I'm going to give myself my shot, and then the pen, you hold it upright, so you'll take the outer cap off, and then there's also an inner cap. So I set the outer cap down, you save that, and then the inner cap, you go ahead and you pull that off, and it exposes the actual needle you're going to give yourself a shot with. So you can see it's not that bad. It is tiny, like, so here's my finger. Look how little this thing is. It's still kind of scary when you're going to poke yourself, honestly. And then you hold it upright and you kind of tap the cartridge to get rid of any air bubbles. And then you're supposed to see a little tiny bubble up at the bevel, which is the part of the needle that's open. You're supposed to see a little bubble, and if you don't see that after tapping it, then all you do is at the dosage window, it should say 0, which I don't know. There, you can kind of see that. You just click it one time and then push the bottom there, and you can kind of see that some medication came out. And this is an old cartridge. I actually pulled it out of my sharps container, which I know is a big fat no-no, but I'm not going to use it, and I didn't obviously want to waste a new one. So yeah, once you see that droplet, you are good to go, which it's really hard to show you guys this because the camera on my iPad kind of stinks, but you can kind of see it there. So then you know you're going to get the full dose, because with this, only a tiny bit comes out at once, like, so you want to make sure you're getting everything. And then once it says 0 again, because you've depressed the bottom, you just take it, and like my dose was 75. So you just click it back until the dosage window says your dose. So that's my old dose at a very glary 75. Anyways, you get the point. And then all you would do at this point is pinch your skin together, you know, hold it like a little dart, go in, release the pinch, and then you would push this down, which I'm just going to do it right into the box so I don't make a mess. So you push this down, and that's it. And so it didn't go all the way down because I didn't have a full 75 to give. So this is actually good. So it's telling me there's 50 units left here that I would still have to give myself. So that would mean I would have to get a new cartridge out and give myself the additional 50 units. So that's telling me it only gave me 25. So that's it. It's not really hard. And then all you would do with this, and this is why you save the cap, so you would kind of meet it up. I just use it on my table and I push down so they kind of move together. And then ideally you unscrew it and the needle comes off, which that doesn't happen for me a lot. Yeah, so sometimes I have to do it twice. But then the needle is off and it's guarded back in its little cap again, and then you just throw it away in your sharps container. So pretty easy, you know, not a whole lot of fun, but you know, hopefully it'll all pay off in the end. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. Even if you're not doing Follistim, just kind of seeing, you know, what people do to get all that stuff ready. So I hope you guys have a good day. Bye, guys.